Alright, so this is a review and reaction on Fekky's LP For Life. I'll get straight into it. So the artwork is, I believe that is a baby of him. I'm pretty sure it is. Um, which is interesting that he would choose that photo, that image of him. Um, but anyway, there's basically 20 tracks on here, and there's the intro, Energy, What Else, Hop That Fence, Woke Up Like This, Trenches, Cut the Cake featuring Ambrose Boswell, Juice, then Attitude, then Look at Me Now, then They Don't Wanna featuring Remtrex, Scraps, and Rosie, then I Don't Care, then All That Smoke. Oh, before that is Make It Hot featuring LD, and then after All That Smoke is Coca, then Sleeping with a Stranger, then Little Brother, and then No Apology featuring Nave Smalls, then the track itself For Life, then Midnight in Fuck It, and then Fake Love. Alright, so essentially, one of the things about Fekky is with him, he has an authentic sound on a, like he when you listen to a track from Fekky, like not only is his flows are original, the way he comes across is very original. You understand what I mean? So to some people, it can be a thing where if you're used to hearing sounds that are or flows that are similar to each other and you're so used to that, in some cases, for me personally, it's a good thing because you want to hear something fresh, something different. But some people, they may not get it, they may not understand it. One thing I will say is it is completely different to El Clasico, which, man, that tune, the Averex tune with MC Neutrino and with Chip, and then I've got another song in my head that I can't remember the title of it, but yeah, I know the words in my head. Like, it's funny, before I was recording this, like knowing I'm gonna record a review of Fekky's LP For Life, already in my head, I've got that song in my head, but it's not for that album. It's crazy, not for this album. But anyway, so I don't know whether it's in some cases with albums, yeah, whether you stick to the same formula or you try something new. And thankfully, I listened to his interview on Omaro Don TV, and it made me understand before listening to have an open mind. Otherwise, I would have thought this album completely differently if I never listened to that interview. So definitely go check out that interview. But yeah, in fact, I'll put the link in the description box below as well to that interview. It's a definitely great insight and it will inspire you to the core. Yeah, because you have to understand one thing about life is sometimes when you want something bad enough, you will find a way. Regardless of whatever some people may think or feel of you, you will find a way to make things work for you. Yeah, you will find a way to beat the odds. So that's one thing Fekky has done in his life so far. Like, I've realized he knows how to how to make things work in his favor. So I respect people like that because I'm like that as well. I know how to make things work in my favor. But anyway, so as usual, I take one song out of, if it's in context or out of context, it is what it is. And I'm gonna talk about. Let me talk about For Life. Yeah, let's just talk about the title of the album, right? But I'm gonna talk about it in the context of dating and relationships, right? Alright, so basically, when it comes to dating and relationships, what tends to happen is essentially you would prefer to have that person if they add value to your life and you add value to their life. Essentially, you do want to keep them in your life for life, right? But what tends to happen is we end up growing apart. That's what that has happened. Correct? You can leave your answer in the comment section below, right? If if you agree or disagree. And what's interesting about that is most people, if they don't have the right information when it comes to dating and relationships, they end up breaking up and then moving on to someone else that doesn't show the same kind of energy that you got from that relationship. That it's just a big old mess. But then you keep it moving anyway, yeah? But it doesn't feel right to you. There's no point in living life if things don't feel right to you. You want to make sure, yes, you can get into a situation or be comfortable or being uncomfortable to grow. That's different. But then there's another level of uncomfortability where it just doesn't feel right. Like when it doesn't feel right, you know there's something up. So you've got to change up, you've got to switch up. So what I would 100% recommend is if you click the link in the description box below where it says become a member of the Akabulan Trust, you will get access to online courses such as roles and relationships. And in that course right there, you will learn exactly every piece of information you need to know on how relationships actually work. Plus, you learn, your true nature as a man or as a woman when it comes to being in a relationship and as in general as well. All right. So, you don't necessarily have to grow apart. You can grow apart individually, but also be together, if that makes any sense. All right. So, so what I recommend as well is leave your answer in the comment section below. What's your favorite track from the album? For me, I don't necessarily have a favorite, but the one song that did stand out to me was Cut That Cake, and another song that stood out to me was No Apologies. Those are the two songs that really stood out to me. And I think Woke Up Like This as well. No, yeah. It's those tracks. Those tracks stood out to me, especially the one with Nate Smalls. That one stood out to me. I don't know what it is, but they stood out to me. But overall, I've given this LP like a 7 out of 10. I don't know. I guess I even though I knew it was more of, I went in open-minded listening to the album or the LP. I do feel like, I don't know, I feel like Fekky can do so much better. Or it's not even that. It's a thing of, I genuinely believe that, I feel like he can, I feel like he's holding back. And I get with sometimes the music and albums, you have to experiment and you got to do this and that. But I don't know, I feel like there's some songs that, for example, on El Clasico, that it stands out because you remember it. Like you remember certain songs, the pattern of how he does the hooks and the bars and all that stuff there. Like, I don't know, that's just my take on it. That's why I give it 7 out of 10. But yeah, the link to the album or the LP is in the description box below. But if you've got any questions, any topics you'd like for us to discuss in our videos, leave that in the comment section below. And remember, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification, because you never know, the video you suggest might just be next.